Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. Let it wash away the sanity. 'Cause I wanna feel the thunder. I wanna scream.
Yay!
Let the
Welcome
rain
back,
fall down. Oh yeah.
guys. Welcome
Just
back,
gonna,
guys.
I don't even know if that's gonna be of any good quality or
It's
like
okay. It's
I
perfect.
didn't bring out
I
my
was like, I need a song, and Jessica came through with with her amazing talent. So, well,
and who sings that song, Brittany?
Killer Duff, Avi.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I was gonna say I'm coming clean. Because you were just talking about you killed a spider. I was like, and now it's gonna rain, and then
You know,
the natural segue.
farmers will be pissed off at me if it rains because we just went through a lot, and they need it to be all dried up so they can finish their harvest. So hopefully
Mhm, mhm,
that happens for them. Anyways, I hope everyone's had a great week.
mhm.
Hopefully everyone who was able to watch or listen to Megan's episode enjoyed it. We loved having her on. She's so sweet. Can't wait
We've
to.
had such great like reviews from that. So thank you guys so much for
Yeah.
joining in and like sitting with us. Man, it was such a good time. We were chatting, we're like, the audio, it kept cutting out, but the poor fucking internet, that was the only thing. But she was fantastic. I cannot wait to have her back.
Yeah.
That'd be so
We'll
fun.
we'll have a redemption episode of like
We
better.
always do.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is like with every guest, it's just like, can you come back? Just in case
Can
they-
you come back, please? And I'll go hotspot somewhere.
Yes.
Speaking of that,
Leave the house.
I'll go hotspot. Yeah.
Gosh,
So
I love
anyways,
it.
yeah.
Yes, and so since then, eclipse season has been happening.
Mhm.
New
Like,
moon, I think, is right
new
away.
moon, fall solstice, right?
What day is that on?
Right? Was that already? That was the 21st or sorry, 22nd. So I think
Maybe.
yeah, the 22nd, it was Sunday. So the
Great.
autumn equinox.
Yeah, so lots of change, lots of energy flowing around this week.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people have been feeling it and being
Yeah.
like, wow, fuck this place. So,
Book it.
but we get it. We're here in the trenches with you. We totally get what those feelings are. And you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
yuck.
Yucky.
I've
Yeah.
been doing an extra clearing. Even just before Jessica and I started our episode, I was like, I just need one more clear.
Good clear. I haven't cleared myself in a minute.
I feel good
It's
to do.
fine.
You can do that while we chat.
Oh, yeah,
I love it.
I'm just gonna light my incense because I don't have any sage. Of
That
course I do.
incense will still be really lovely. I was shopping at Nocturnus the other day, and just how you have life gives you blocks, and you're like, what the heck? Why can't I move forward? But if I want to move forward, what is my next step? And so I found this like road opener incense that like smells so freaking good. And hopefully not just for me, but for everyone in the house and anyone who smells the incense. So I'm gonna light that up after I'm gonna take a page out of one of my favorite creators' books here. Now that I've just said it, I know I won't be able to find her name, and I'm obsessed with her and I love her so much. Molly
Well, you're
Mo
yeah.
Dizzle. She does like these like awesome.
Yeah.
She'll be a guest eventually once we get our shit together. But she is amazing, and she does all these like unreal videos, and she makes everything witchy. So she's like, you have to clean your floors, make a witchy. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna clean my floors. I'm gonna put in really great intention of like clean home, clean houses bring prosperity because there's room for it. And then
Right.
I'll
I just put my neutralizer down my shirt if you saw
there
me
you
with
go.
the like.
There you go. Because you're neutralizing
I'm
whatever.
neutralizing the feelings of all the things.
But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna feel so good just to kind
Hmm.
of like move around the stuff in the spaces and
Yep.
clean up a little bit. So hopefully that'll
Great.
help everybody as well. Like if you have to take a minute this weekend, do something that makes you feel a bit more calm. It can just have like an extra long shower, or maybe you need to go outside and put your feet on the grass or the cement even.
Yeah.
Like just go barefoot and just like connect
Or
back to the earth, and that'll
round.
be good.
There
Yeah.
was a thing on TikTok, and it's like just your average lady out there drinking her coffee while she grounds, and she's like standing there in the grass barefoot, like drinking her coffee. And
Honestly,
like,
that's
that's
pretty
you
cool.
have to do it. You have to.
And
Sounds
that's the best
pretty
part of the
amazing.
world we live in right now is no one bats an eye. They're like, yeah, all right, girl,
Yeah.
go do what you need to
Girl,
do.
put that in. Exactly. I
Oh
know.
my gosh. But yes, we loved it. We had such a great time with Megan. We hope that we get to see her again in the future. If you
Yeah.
haven't already checked out her YouTube page and all that fun stuff, please check it out because
Yeah.
she's just
She
like
came
so freaking cool.
Yeah, like I met her like right on TikTok, and I love her views. I just love them. Anyways, so check her out on TikTok. Anyways, like
Yeah.
she's fantastic. Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
So
I love it. So this episode was actually just inspired just within the last, I would say 2 weeks, because things have
mm,
just been coming up with like, again, big energies and all that. And I had, I had met somebody, no, I shouldn't say I met someone. I reconnected with someone who I've known for a long time. And we just started talking about like homes and energies and like haunted things. And then when we also kind of started talking about portals. So
mhm.
portals and vortexes from all over the world. So I've got lots of little information today that I'm going to have to read out because I'm not very good at memorizing. And sometimes I don't want to put it in my own words because it's so particular that you just don't want to get the information incorrect. So, like energy vortexes can be also called power spots or sacred sites. They're concentrated, subtle energy deposits located at various geophysical places, mainly influenced by Earth energy. These can be also called meeting grounds for invisible energy. So,
Mm,
on a subtle level, I feel like vortexes versus portals. Vortexes are more, from what I've been reading about, vortexes are more Earth open, like very like historical sites in all over the world. Whereas
yeah,
portals can be inside your home. Portals you can
yeah.
create. Or
Create exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a man-made. Yeah.
Yeah. So like um when it comes to Earth's energy field, it's an invisible electromagnetic grid system, and these can also be called ley lines. Ley lines have always been so interesting to me because I've always been like, but I want to know, like, what does that mean? Like, I want to go to one because I really want to feel that energy because I think it'd be so insane. And you have though before, haven't you, Jess? You've been
Yeah,
to those
yeah. I
sites.
think so. I would like to say I have. Yeah.
Yeah, like what are those like the rock scale? What are those places called?
Yeah. So there's like the fairy circles.
Yeah.
Is that they'd be calling them over there? That would be what I would think. But do you mean like Stonehenge in that?
Stonehenge is what I'm thinking of. However,
I yeah.
noted by the Irish, fairy paths are also considered ley
Fairy
lines.
paths. Yeah, fairy paths. Yeah.
So
Which would be like very much like a fairy garden or like because the one that's near my house is like it's a circular one, but now it is a spiral entry. Like
oh,
you can follow the path in there. Yeah. So
yeah, that's just so cool. Yeah, because that's a power spot. It just,
yeah.
yeah, so cool. Natural energy pathways intersect with one another, creating high energy. So these
Yeah.
these vortexes exist where there are concentrations of gravitational anomalies. So in turn, creating an environment that can defy the laws of nature, bend light,
Mhm.
twist plant life into contorted shapes, alarm animals, or cause humans
Mhm.
to feel various sensations. So I definitely
Mhm.
thought of you with your like fairy area that you found close to your home, and I was
A
like,
fairy
"That's
area.
so fucking cool." Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that like the gentleman who owns it, which I have permission to enter, like I made sure to do that from him because it's also private property, right?
Yeah.
Before and I actually have never entered the circle fully because I'm like, I'm not prepared for this. I didn't have my like
All the
you're
things you
supposed to
need.
bring a gift, right? And I'm like, I don't have anything to offer you right now. So I didn't want to like tempt them. I just like went to go check it out, took some pictures, you know what I mean? So and now it's gonna be sloppy time to do it, but I could do it anytime.
You
As long
should.
as the bull's not in the pasture, that was my
Oh,
warning. As long as the bull's not in there, you're good. Like, good to know.
yeah,
Good
no
to know.
kidding. Good Lord.
Yeah. But where was I going with this conversation? Oh yes, the cows, as far as I know that they do go up in that corner, but now as to the extent of the activity for them up there, I doubt they go in that far.
It would
I
be
mean, I'm
really
not saying
interesting. I'm sure they do avoid it because it's probably something that they're like, I don't think so.
exactly like the fuck is this? And the fuck is this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Move out of here. Yeah.
Move on out of here. Actually, those cows are special. I love those cows.
No,
Hi, Maria.
that's
So
good.
our dog Rosie's right here, and I was like looked over,
Oh,
I'm like, hi Maria, and
oh,
that's our
nice.
dog.
Ooh, don't tell Maria.
Yeah. Hello. But I had Maria on the brain because she's obsessed with cows.
Oh, is
And as per her, we're all good. When she's older, she's gonna have 7 cows.
good
And so she's
Lord.
oh, she loves
Are
cows.
those cows going to be in Canada or in Ireland?
Not a clue. Not a clue. I was like, that's really neat, girl.
That's a lot
Ooh,
of work, but okay.
7 cows for my girl.
That
So
is amazing. Good to know for birthday and Christmas gifts. Cow.
cows.
Got
Cows
you.
and pink. Pink cows, preferably.
Pink
Yeah.
cows.
Pink cows.
Amazing. So yeah, so like these high energy stones have the ability to attract obviously more energy, which is amazing. There are certain zones all over the earth there's like top 50 Earth energy centers of the world. Obviously, one of them being like Sedona. Shock.
Mhm.
But what's crazy is when I was researching, is there's
Mhm.
the vortex energy. One of the like there's literally, I gotta find did I take the list out? I can't remember. No, I didn't. There is, oh man, how many of the within Alberta and Saskatchewan, like all over
Mhm.
Canada, there was like 50 different places you could check out. And I was like,
Mhm.
sorry, Grizzlies are dink. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Gotta be frickin'
So
kidding me.
I was like, well, I'm not going to go to the Peninsula there in Saskatchewan. And I was like, oh shit, there's someone in Saskatchewan. I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to make a little road trip. Because again, I would love to check out the high end. I want to feel what that is. Like, I want to feel that.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
like,
You should like map it out. Do like a road trip.
maybe, right? Because there's a bunch in Alberta, which all of our Alberta fam, I know they probably have already been there, seen it. So like, I'll just bring it up real quick.
Lake Louise is one.
Yeah, so like some of the top 50 like in the world, which is hilarious that Central Alberta is one of them, but the other one's Sedona, Stonehenge, Easter Island, the Bermuda Circle, and the pyramids. So those are just
Yeah.
like, so in Alberta, there
Mhm.
is, I'm just gonna try to see, there's Buffalo Lake, there's the healing waters of Lake St. Anne, which is like west of Edmonton. There's sacred grounds like the Kootenay Plains. I'm so sorry if I said that
Yeah,
wrong.
Kootenay. Yeah.
In central Alberta. We got Lake Louise, like you said, Medicine Lake, near Hidden Lake. There's a Majorville Medicine Wheel in South Alberta. And then other places in Canada. Let me
Mm.
see here. There's Williams Lake, which is in central British Columbia.
Yeah.
There's Petroglyph Park, west central coast of Vancouver Island.
Okay.
Let's see here. In Manitoba, there's a Vision Quest stone ring. That's Bannock Point and Whiteshell Provincial Park, which that's cool. And then
Okay.
in Saskatchewan, there is Tipperary Creek Medicine Wheel in central Saskatchewan. I got to find out where that is. Roy Rivers
Yeah.
Medicine Wheel, which is in southwest Saskatchewan. And then there's the Turtle Medicine Wheel near Minton, Saskatchewan. So I was just like,
Interesting.
cool as fuck. I didn't know that they were close. So that's so exciting.
What? I'm actually like on Google Maps right now for all of our like Saskatchewan or Saskatoon listeners.
Yeah, awesome.
Great. Okay, Tipperary Creek, Medicine Wheel, Central Saskatchewan. I'm gonna
Yeah,
find
where's that from here?
map.
Where's that from Saskatoon?
Where the feck are you? Because it's coming up as like Wanuskewin, which people of Saskatoon know what Wanuskewin is. It's like a natural historic site.
But if that's where it's
So
just like Jesus, I'm gonna go there like tomorrow.
I'm gonna go there.
I
No,
forget.
I don't.
Oh,
Oh, Tipperary Creek. Tipperary Creek.
Tipperary Creek Medicine Wheel, though, it's called.
Yeah. Tipperary Creek. I gotta look it up. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta know.
Oh,
Okay.
exciting.
Wanuskewin National Park, sorry, Natural Historic Site of Canada is located in the Tipperary Creek. So it would be in Wanuskewin, which is Nutter Butters,
Which
Tipperary
is like
Creek.
next door.
That's
Wow,
literally.
isn't that wild? That is
Yeah.
so
And then
wild.
so there's one like right next to you, and you've been like, I'm waiting to go.
I would love to go. Like Jessica, you and I had gone years ago. When our Uncle Dave came, we went for a little walk around, and I remember we had
Was
called
I not super pregnant at that
with
time?
Maria. Yeah, and you would call in.
Horrendously pregnant, wasn't I? And then they went on like a longer walk. I was like, guys, I'm not doing this.
No, you couldn't, and I had to pee so bad that I could barely think, and I literally had to stop Jessica sometimes, being like, "I just need you just to hold. I just need to stand here and cross my legs and breathe." And you're like, "No, we have to keep going." I was like, "Jessica, I just need
I
help."
remember the amount of pain I was in too. I was like, this is too much. Because it was a
No.
dad, mom, and Uncle Dave.
Yeah, yeah,
Was dad with us? Yeah, dad was
yeah.
with us. I was like, this
And
is
it was a
not.
really lovely time. Like it was such a great. I love the museum there, and
Yeah.
the trails are beautiful. Like everything is so freaking beautiful out there. But yeah, like it was the summertime, what was probably like August. And so like 3 months later, you would have been given birth to Maria.
Yeah.
And so you were uncomfortable. And Colin's busy. So he wants to go to the park and he wants to
Oh
play.
yeah, the park. Oh my God.
So
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
it was a wild time.
Yeah. So okay, Roy, I know, long story short, it's fine, or short story long, I should say.
Yeah.
The Roy Rivers Medicine Wheel is Southwest Saskatchewan, and that's about 4.5 hours away from Saskatoon.
Oh.
It is next to Ravenscraig, or in the vicinity.
Oh,
Sorry, and
okay.
then I want to see the Turtle Medicine Wheel. Wow, Turtle Medicine Wheel near Minton,
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
So wherever
There
mint
is, I'm thinking like Turtle Lake energy. Do you know what
is that
I mean?
is Minton by Turtle Lake?
I don't know. I feel like it is. It must be.
Mm.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I think it is because I'm looking at like turtle images. Turtle
Obviously, we didn't
effigy.
say all of them because
Minton.
there's a quite a list, but yeah, there's in
Let me
BC, there's Ontario, there's one in Quebec, there's one in Montreal. Like it's awesome. There's just so many cool
Yeah.
places that you just don't realize that are close to you. And like if you're obsessed with energy like I am, obviously there's that gentleman who lives outside the city, and I forget what he's not a company, but like that's where his like sacred space is.
Yes. Oh
But
my
I think
gosh.
that's man-made, isn't it?
My brain was not ready for this conversation because I'm like, yes, that's what it is. And I don't remember what it's called, but it's really great.
I'm
Um,
throwing things at
that's
you.
okay. Also, just a side note, Minton is where the other one is, the Minton Turtle. It is actually near like southwest, or sorry, southwestern, sorry, just southern Saskatchewan. It's like near the border again. A lot of activity down
Oh,
there.
okay.
Um,
I'm
I'm
trying to
finding
remember.
it out.
It's like a rock garden. Give it rock garden,
Rock.
Saskatchewan.
Gosh,
Crystal garden. That's not it.
this is great.
Sorry,
I
guys.
could. I know exactly. They're like, guys, we don't give a shit.
I just cannot remember. My brain is just like, we just don't know. Oh, rats. I used to know it too, but whatever it is, what it is,
I'm gonna,
they will find it. But I'd like to go check out that as well because he's got like a crystal shop like on site,
yeah.
and then you can go around like his version of Stonehenge,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, the Davik Center.
The Civic
That's the stone.
Center. Yes, thank you for having the brain. Yeah.
Nope. Google. That was it.
Ah,
That
well,
was the brain today.
still amazing
That was it.
because
I did.
I've heard such good things.
Yes. But
And I
neat.
still hope that they
Very neat.
are open. But yeah, that's definitely somewhere that I'd love to check out in the future and support him, and
Yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, that's vortexes for you. So, I want to get
Yeah.
into portals. So, obviously, like
Mhm.
that's the big thing about vortexes. When it comes to portals, some examples could be windows and mirrors. Those are portals that spirits can move through. Um, A mirror or window will enable a spirit to slip through and come back later. You can obviously close them up. Like if they have light, if they have to go to the light, that's how you direct them to go. So like if you do have
Yeah.
someone or like a spirit in your house and it looks like like if you're connected that way and you want to guide them to keep on going, not to hang
Yeah.
around, guide them to your closest window or mirror. That obviously will help them.
Oh.
Um, Yes, mirrors and windows can let things in who either want to cause trouble or to be crossed over. So obviously, like you can decide, um, or sorry, hold on a second. Uh, um, basically you just have to use your intuition when it comes to using mirrors and windows. Like there's a lot of people that don't feel comfortable having two mirrors face each other. Some people don't feel comfortable having a mirror face a window because again, it's just like a different way to channel in and
Yeah.
create a portal. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like so one of this was like, or one of the passages in what I had found was, have you ever felt that all the curtains open sorry, have you ever left all of your curtains open at night and then felt an uneasy feeling? This often will only go away if you close everything down. Why is that? What can happen in the physical world also happens in the spirit world. The uneasy feeling could be that someone could easily approach you that you can't handle physically. And ideally we'd like to make this less likely to happen so that we lock our doors, we close our windows or our blinds. Same is true in the spirit world. Protections to keep things out spiritually can be done um by doing exactly that, locking the door, closing the curtains. If you wanted to cover your mirror, if that's something that you're like, nope, like nothing,
Yeah.
We just want to protect ourselves from lower vibrational entities that might go. So what we might do is we'll keep some plants or crystals in the windows. This will keep the vibration high. We paint window frames and door frames white, um, which is interesting. Looking at my house, all of the door frames and window frames are white.
Oh, I think that's like kind of the standard. Like everything in here is white.
But
Do you know what I
keep in
mean?
mind why they would do that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Wild. The white, but the thing, white is a barrier to keep entities out.
interesting.
So yeah, which is crazy. I'm like, what the heck? So yeah, when you're next time you're walking around your neighborhood or a new house or wherever you are, keep in mind like white is a very nice color for door frames and like baseboards and all that kind of stuff because it's so
Yeah,
clean and clean, like, but it also is used to keep high vibration.
yeah.
So,
I'm sure there's got to be like I'm like a background information for that. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Oh my
the
gosh, yeah.
reason we do a lot of things is because of pagan rituals and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
100%.
So I'm sure it was like written in at
Yeah.
some point, like
Just
this is the
naturally
best
think
color.
it's a good idea, so we just do it.
Exactly. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was just like, and then it became law,
Yeah.
basically. It's like, oh, well, this is what we always go with
It's
because
feng
that's, you know,
shui now. It's just supposed to happen. Exactly. So
it's a natural thing.
open your windows to invite the light, but close the windows and mirrors when you don't want to invite the darkness. So yeah, it's so that was
Mhm.
pretty cool. But yes, there is also like spirit portal is any person, place, or object that can act as a channel for unrelated spiritual beings to travel to or from the physical realm, like we as we know is Earth. The
Mhm.
difference between a vortex and a portal is that the portal is an opening or gateway or a bridge to another dimension, and a vortex is a spiral pull of energy that sometimes becomes attached to a location or has been created by geometric forces, like I mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
So, portals form like through a process of magnetic reconnection. It mingles the lines of magnetic force from the sun and earth, they crisscross and they join, and that's how it creates the openings. So portals can be temporary and exist for 1 or 2 nights, or they can last years, depending on the circumstances of the situation
Mhm.
or or the location. In tactical terms, a spirit portal is a space containing a four-dimensional vibratory frequency within a three-dimensional physical realm. This apex is where the fourth dimensional plane merges into our three-dimensional plane of Earth through the aid of what is called an energy vortex. So,
Mhm.
a spirit portal could be a doorway, a physical doorway, because that can actually be like, this is your door. There you go. Um, the existence of a portal relies on vortex energy to sustain it. And the scenario like that would be normally fueled or is originated by spiritual, magnetic, or sometimes unknown sources to create a powerful opening that manifests as a spiral of energy. So, yes, portals can be negative, but they are most likely positive. Portals are not always required for other dimensions to interact with us, but they just serve a convenient way of bridging. So, um, bridging the dimensional divide so that way we can have interaction and experiences between the planes. So, most people, unless psychic or medium, cannot see them with the naked eye, but we can measure the effects with scientific tools. We can also sense their effects by their energy vibrations, direction of flow, and the subsequent entities that use them. So, what a portal is not, it's not a Ouija board, which I, for some reason, thought it would be, but obviously, no, it's not. And it's not a
Well,
pendulum either.
mhm. Yeah, because I mean, like when I think of like mirrors for magic, it's usually like in some sort of not Ouija necessarily, but yeah, scrying
Yeah.
uses mirrors
Yeah.
as well
Right.
as like remember like the term like Bloody Mary, like do you know what I mean? Like it was
Wow.
always summoning something, right? So
Exactly. That's the thing, right? So, like, these are like pendulums, Ouija boards, electronic devices, spirit boxes, all that kind of stuff are just used more so for communication tools.
yeah.
Um, they're used to connect or to disconnect, obviously, to
Yeah.
close something. Um, but a collection of tools in one place over a long period of time could create a portal because it's forming so much energy together.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, spirits can be attached to furniture, objects, buildings, but those are not known as portals. Those are known as attachments.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so the most common human-made portals include entry points as mirrors, doorways, stairs, and windows. So the reason why this had come up this week, because I was chatting with a friend about her like old haunted house, and she'll be a guest on a future podcast here, but the stories she has are fucking insane. One, but two, we
Yeah.
were talking about how like she 100% had a portal in her house because and where it was a place in her house that had a stairway to nowhere. There was literally a
Mm.
place where you'd open the door and there'd be a stairway going up, but there was nothing ever built beyond that to make it look like it could have been a second entrance. There just
Okay.
happens to be a stairway going to nowhere. And with that, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the well-known house of, oh my gosh, it's a W. Why can't I think of her? So
I know. I was just looking at like never ending
Westchester,
construction.
West
Westchester or Winchester.
Winchester House. It's
Winchester Mountains, the mountain, yeah.
yes. So the woman there, she had built and built and built multiple places in her home because she was being guided by spirit because she basically had to deter the entities and spirits in her house from consuming her or like ending her life because she owed them a promise that she would continue to build until she died, basically, of natural causes.
Yeah.
She was trying to
Yeah.
prevent the curse of her family to come down on her. So part of her house is, and this is a true house, you can go there in the States.
Yeah.
Um, there are stairways to nowhere.
Yeah. There's doorways to nowhere, there's
Yeah,
stairways to nowhere.
yeah,
I had heard a couple different things on that. It was like
yeah,
she had, now I could be very wrong, but I heard that it was like a curse.
yeah,
Like after her husband died, like there was something that like once the house was finished renovation, then something whatever would happen, like catastrophic in her life. So then she
yeah,
never stopped renovating. It was
right.
always under renovation.
Yeah.
And then I also heard in regards to the spirit side of this, is it was so confusing. It's because she wanted the spirits that were like damning her or like,
Oh, yeah,
interrupting her word to get lost in this
yeah.
house.
Makes a
I
lot of
got chills there. I got chills there. So
it would be such a
yeah,
cool place to check out in the future. That would be so wild. But
yeah,
yeah, so with this friend's house, there was a lot of activity in her home, and she'll experience it in the future. But there was like most often, even just their main stairway in their house, there was constantly spirits up and down, up and down. And
hmm,
then it sparked another memory of someone who I had met years ago that also lives in a pretty energetically wild house where her main stairway was for sure a portal because she's like it when it came to full moons, when it came to like high vibrational times, like it was hectic. It was busy. My animals would be
hmm,
nuts. They'd be like on guard, staring at the stairway, and like they wouldn't lose eye contact. It was wild. And so I'm always so fascinated when I hear about that because I'm like, that is crazy.
yeah,
So, so yeah, so that is that's typically where you find portals. Um, Obviously, portals can also come in different ways, like waterfalls. There are geological divides, fissures in the earth, riverways, streams. Those and any item that can hold a high heat capacity could make an effective portal. So there's just some cool things out there. I'm trying to think if I wrote down anything else. That was all. There's just so much out there and it's so freaking cool. So I just needed
mhm.
to talk about it
I'll
because
second.
your
Oh,
home, yeah, because if your home or any place you've ever been has had a portal of some kind, or if you've ever been to like a vortex, a well-known vortex, like
yeah,
hear it. I'd love to hear your story.
yeah. I think that's so neat. And like, it does have a like a little bit to like do with feng shui as well, and how with the energy, basically, it's not like what's the word? Doesn't really matter, I suppose. But having, mirrors face your bed
Mhm.
can like steal your energy, just like your head isn't supposed to be like near the door opening
Yeah.
because there's too much energy there. Do you know what I mean? It's like so anyways. But actually in my kids' room, we have like a mirror in the corner that like twists. Do you know what I mean? And every time I go in there to say goodnight, I like twist it around so that the mirror's not facing them because I'm like, fuck that.
Well, it's like
And
you're
that
turning it off, right? Like you're like, nope, sorry, not today.
exactly.
Your dad
But
is
now, of course, that being said, mine is on a twisted axle. Like I can turn it around. But if you are, there's been proof of this. It's like if you're feeling uneasy or not able to get like good sleep, cover your mirror. If you have a room in your mirror in your room,
Mhm.
cover it. and just see how your sleep changes. You know, if that is a disturbing fact at all. So
Wild.
yeah. Yeah.
So impressive. But yeah, so I thought that was super cool. And yeah,
Super neat.
talk about it. So if there's anything from our listeners that would love to add in for that, we would love to hear it.
Yes.
And
Send
so
us your shit.
yeah, tell us your things.
Tell us all
Ready,
your things.
ready for a little card pull.
I'm so ready for a card pull. You betcha.
And I'm still on
Do you wanna go first?
my good track of a different deck. So today I have my Moonology Messages Oracle.
Mhm.
I'm excited. I haven't pulled from this deck in a while. Like the coolest idea because then I can work with decks that I haven't actually worked with
Yeah.
for a long time.
That's honestly, I have a couple decks that I bought, not for the novelty of it, but like they're other Kim Kranz decks, and I just like there's so much in them. They're different working desks. I'm like, I have to like sit and figure out how to do them. But I see them, I'm looking at them right now. I'm like,
You're like, one day.
figure you out. Because I've got 4 of hers. This one, her tarot. Yeah, I gotta do that. Maybe that'll be my one day. But now that's not like a one trick pony. Do you know what I mean? Like that's like a full spread.
Well, that's
Like
also taking time to get to know your deck, and then it's like the one deck you work with only for
get
a
to know
while.
your deck. How
Get
is your
to
deck?
know your deck.
When was the last time you touched your deck?
Yeah. Don't
I'm
forget to
so
clean your
sorry.
decks, clear decks.
Clear your decks. Clean it right down.
He loves the slots.
What was the slot machines here? We should have a quote counter in the like.
I know. Oh,
Quotes and
so
things.
I've got an exciting card that I really am obsessed with this one. It looks
You
like
seem really excited. That's
yeah,
good.
it's called Moon Magic Transformation. And like, look how badass this card is.
Wow.
Got like
That's
these
like
two like strong motherfucking dogs right beside her, being like, "Yeah, we got you, girl." And she's holding her
magic.
pie in her hands, and she's like, "Let's go, let's go."
Using the elemental powers and like as a woman, finding the strength to like horn it in. Hone it in, not horn it in. Hone it in.
Horn it in.
Horn it in.
Okay. As we move through life, we can aim high or low. For example, when it comes to your current situation, you can hope for small changes or you can aim for a massive transformation that takes everyone involved to the next level. There's magic afoot right now, and even if you can't feel it, you have the power to transform your life. Believe whatever you're going through right now is what you have to experience to get to where you want to go. A romantic situation can get better than ever when you draw this card, but do allow the universe to show you who the romance will be with. It could be with your current partner or someone else, but transformation is possible. If you're asking about abundance, know that transformation is possible in this regard too. Either way, you have to believe in your powers and your ability to shape your life. Once you do that, align with the moon cycles, set intentions for at the new moon, and do the release work at the full moon. Watch your life transform. So additional meanings are you can do this, dig deeper.
Yeah.
You're learning about your powers, believe you got the power, and this is a soul test. So
Okay.
I like it.
Like right now, we are in the where are we in the moon phases here? We're leading up to the new moon here. We're after the full moon, right? So I'd say gear up,
Yeah.
gear ready,
But
gear ready.
hold on to your shorts, guys. Things are
Yeah.
going to get
Ooh.
crazy as long as you wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it's your
did my
favorite. It's your absolute favorite
what?
in the world. It's your
The
favorite.
same fucking day? No. Yes, the moth. Moth. Oh, hold on, sorry.
The mothy friend.
Mothy, mothy. Mothy. I should call our friend Marcy Mothy. Mothy. No, I'm just kidding, that'd be rude. Rude dude. What are you? Moth. Impulsive, hasty, wishful. The moth is sure to, sorry. Blah, blah, blah. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities. I can't talk today, guys.
Okay.
It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. When you're in balance, you're enthusiastic and whimsical. When you're out of balance, you're idealizing others or jittery. To bring into balance, finish a project.
Ooh,
Yes.
finishing a
Yes.
project.
Finish that project. If you've got a list like mine, many, many projects, it's like,
And it does
finish.
feel
Actually,
good,
that
one
was
bits at a time. There was a good quote today that I always hear actually when I need it. It's, how do you eat an elephant? Piece by piece.
piece by piece. And that's one of those things that like I like that part is definitely for me as well. Because one of my goals for myself in the next, my next chunk of time. I don't know if it's a year or a month or whatever,
Mhm.
but I'm working on follow through. Do you know what I
Ooh,
mean?
oh,
Like
it was nice.
that's my thing. Is like I'm going to like not just say it, but I'm going
Do it.
to do it. Exactly.
Love it.
Right. So
Amazing. Well,
yeah.
good. Well, thanks for coming along on our adventure today, guys.
Fabulous.
Where can
Absolutely
everybody
lovely.
find us, Jessica?
Y'all can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, Basic Banter for Witches, or you can email us all your lovely thoughts and stories or whatever.
Yep.
Basicbanterforwitches@gmail.com.
Yeah, and
I'll
Reddit.
read them on the podcast. Oh yeah, and Reddit. We don't know how to use it. That's fine.
Yeah, we're
But
still
also
doing
we are what?
nothing.
It's okay. I was gonna say, we do have our link in our
Yep.
show notes as well as on our YouTube and Instagram in our link tree. I think about getting a free reading. So we'll be doing a yearly or monthly reading for submitted questions. I can't even talk, guys. I don't know what's going
She needs a quick
on.
break.
Check us out. I need more water. I don't think I've had any water today. I've had not as near as much as I should have had water. So
Probably gonna get a half water then.
I remember that jittery that was just in the book there.
Gotta get my work done. Gotta get our projects done.
Project done.
I love
Project
it.
done. Cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. Cup of coffee.
Have a good.
That's my word. Cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. Okay.
All
Anyways,
right,
there you
guys.
go.
Thanks again. We'll see you later. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.